What is going on, everyone? Once again, pending free agent running back Saquon Barkley and the Houston Texans are being mentioned in the same sentence. Look, there has been a lot of buzz surrounding Saquon Barkley the past couple of weeks here in H-Town, and I honestly think once free agency starts on March 13th, he will be a Houston Texan. In this case, it is Saquon Barkley himself doing his due diligence. Here's what I mean by that. This is a tweet from Patrick Storm and Aaron Wilson. It's a case of him, Saquon Barkley, communicating with top players, including C.J. Stroud, about a desire to play here. It is mutual. Aaron continues on to say that the Texans will keep their options open at running back heading into free agency, including bringing back Motor, a.k.a. Devin Singletary. I will not mind Devin Singletary back at all. Did well for you this year. You're only 3 100-yard rushing performances, and they were all victories. That's why I think that this Houston Texan offense needs a game-changing running back, and that is exactly what Saquon Barkley is. But the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, that the Houston Texans are a destination spot and will be a destination spot as long as you have DeMeco Ryans as your head coach and CJ Stroud as your quarterback. Look at the stars that have been mentioned at potentially joining the Houston Texans. I mean, after Pro Bowl, it was Stephon Diggs who he was rumored to be going around talking to a former retired Houston Texan wide receiver who I believe to be Andre Johnson, who just got into the Hall of Fame, asking him about the organization, asking him about the city of Houston. Jamar Chase catches a touchdown in the Pro Bowl, right? A lot of buzz there in the Pro Bowl. Tell CJ Stroud, you know you want to be with me, man. Come on. Just a couple of days ago, cornerback Xavier Howard from the Miami Dolphins was released, and one of the first teams that he listed as potentially joining the Houston Texans. He's from the H. He was teammates with Lerman Tunsil when Tunsil was the left tackle for the Dolphins. And then just yesterday, Saquon Barkley talking to Houston Texans players, including the franchise C.J. Stroud, about his desire to join the Houston Texans. And what I love is that you haven't heard anything from General Manager Nick Caserio. We have not heard that the Texans want any of these players back. All we have really heard is that they are keeping their options open in free agency. And this is what's kind of getting me nervous because here in Houston, we are expecting a firework free agency. This is the first time you got money. The NFL salary cap just got increased a couple of days ago. I want to see fireworks. I want to see headlines. But what if that is not the way the Houston Texans front office goes? We're going to continue to discuss this. What's going on, everyone? My name is Ruben Calvillo, and I want to personally thank you for watching today's episode. I drop daily Houston Texans content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And this episode was brought to you by my friends at Underdog Fantasy. Use my promo code 713HOU for a first-time bonus deposit up to $100. And everyone, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Now, you guys already know how I feel about Saquon. I want him here as a Houston Texan. This has been my number one option all offseason. I would also love for Devin Singletary to come back. Imagine our 1-2 punch of Saquon Barkley and Devin Singletary. And then you can add in Dameon Pierce in those short yardage goal line situations. I think we might have a pretty good running back group heading into this season. Look, I know everyone is going to point out the injuries. He's injury prone. He played in 14 games this year, 16 games last year. He was a Pro Bowler, 13 games in 2021, 13 games in 2019, and 16 games in 2018. So 5 out of his 6 seasons that he has played no less than 13 games. And in this 6 seasons, I see 3 1,000-yard performances and 2 1,300-yard performances. His stats this year: 962 yards, 6 touchdowns, also caught 41 passes for 280 yards, and also put up 4 touchdowns. His stats last year, now this is what should excite you because the Giants caught everyone by surprise. 1,312 yards, 10 touchdowns, and he also caught 57 balls for 338 yards. Barkley is an offense in himself, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can get his performance from last season, I can only imagine how far this Houston Texans team could go. You saw how dangerous this offense was without a running game, and it was pretty much the entire year. You blew out the Jaguars without a running game. You blew out the Steelers without a running game. You came back against the Buccaneers without a running game. You only had 3 100-yard performances all year. They were all from Devin Singletary. They were all victories. So imagine adding a running back like Saquon Barkley and thinking about the possibilities of what he can do for this Houston Texans offense. It is giving me Christian McCaffrey vibes before they made the trade. Everyone was having the same conversations we are. Is he worth it? Is he worth the money? For Christian McCaffrey, it was, is he worth the money and the draft picks? But arguably in the past 2 seasons, Christian McCaffrey has been the best running back in the NFL. And I think that could potentially happen with Saquon Barkley. The backfield of him and CJ Stroud would scare NFL defenses every single week. And you are in a win now mode. We know that. The other pending free agents know that. That's why they have chosen this Houston Texans team as a potential landing spot once free agency hits. But ladies and gentlemen, you have a star running back banging on the table that I want to be a Houston Texan. I cannot wait for years to come, and this is a consistent thing we see. With that being said, guys, let me know what you think about Saquon Barkley. Let's pull the trigger, man. Scared money does not make money. And you guys all have a very blessed day.